some people claimed it would cost them their lives if they spoke out about these things.
You had information being locked away that could change the trajectory for species. It is the biggest discovery in human history.
The age of disclosure? More like the age of deception. Well, we continue to see more alien deception propaganda being forced down our throats. The narrative and rhetoric is just moving full steam ahead with this new film coming out on November 21st called The Age of Disclosure. An explosive documentary that reveals an 80-year global cover-up of non-human intelligent life with testimony from 34 U.S. government insiders. Ooh. So now I'm not sure about you guys, but I find the timing of this film right here being released on November 21st very interesting. Now you may be asking, why do I find this timing interesting? Well, it's because the timing perfectly coincides with the viewing of Three-Eye Atlas, which, unless you've been living under a rock, I'm sure you've heard of Three-Eye Atlas, which everybody is talking about. The massive comet heading toward us is larger than previously thought. Could be alien tech, scientist says. It could change everything for us. Wait a second. Is it just me, or didn't I hear a very similar quote in the Age of Disclosure trailer?
Change the trajectory for species.
I'm sure it's nothing. But now let's go back to the interesting timing of this all converging. So that movie releases on November 21st, and as we can see right here, the object Three-Eye Atlas will become observable to telescopes again after its close approach to the sun in late October, but the best viewing is between November 2nd and the 25th. So again, could mean absolutely nothing. I just find the timing very interesting, especially when you see rhetoric like this right here being posted and pushed on social media, where again, this right here is most likely completely false or made up. But again, it doesn't even matter if it's made up. It is the narrative, the rhetoric, the information they are trying to push forward. So as we can see right here from this individual who claims to be a remote viewer. He claims that CERN opened a portal, remember that, this idea of a portal, and contacted Draco reptilians on Three-Eye Atlas. Oh, how lovely. So now please let me just give a giant disclaimer here, okay? It doesn't matter if this right here is true or not. It is the narrative. It is the rhetoric being pushed. So again, take this right here with the biggest grain of salt. But just stay with me here for a second, okay? So we have Three-Eye Atlas, and there is remote viewing sessions that have been held. And this is what it reveals, okay? Ancient advanced technology, non-human intelligence, energetic phenomena, catastrophic events, ritualistic human responses, and more. Oh, you don't say. So now please stay with me here for a second. I'm not telling you that I believe this. Once again, it is the rhetoric, it is the narrative. So according to this right here, there were individuals, remote viewers, who remote viewed Three-Eye Atlas, okay? Viewer 1 saw ancient civilizations, catastrophic floods, and structures buried underwater. Viewer 2 described demonic entities, solar flares, and ritualistic ceremonies. Viewer 3 drew mechanical objects, UFO-like craft, and non-human beings. And finally, Viewer 4 saw energetic vortexes and interdimensional travel. None of them described a typical comet. Instead, they saw ancient advanced technology, non-human intelligence, energetic phenomena, catastrophic events, ritualistic human responses. Very, very interesting. So according to these remote viewers, the data suggests that this object is connected to ancient civilizations before they were destroyed, advanced technology that operates beyond our understanding, energetic forces that affect human consciousness, and events that will trigger massive societal changes. Yeah, you heard that correctly. Now, again, in my own personal opinion, what I find very interesting with this all, especially with these remote viewers talking about ancient civilization and this type of technology, is that the name Three-Eye Atlas just really rings a bell in my mind because it makes me think of Atlantis, where Atlas was the first king of Atlantis. Now, what was Atlantis? Well, it was a pre-flood world. This is a theory that it was inhabited by the Nephilim, the fallen angels coming, mating with the daughters of men, producing Nephilim, and that was their island of ancient technology, civilization, where, according to Plato, we can see right here that this Atlantis was an island where Poseidon and his 10 sons. So, where have we heard that before? Oh, yeah, 10 kings of the book of Revelation during the tribulation, right? But Atlantis became the supreme ruler and was given the central part of the island to govern. So, you could almost see Atlantis as, this future, kingdom of the beast, and Atlas being the head king, kind of like the Antichrist over the 10 kings. Again, just very interesting. You can do your own research. Gary Wayne has some good stuff on the antediluvian world and the polytheistic beliefs going back to all these ancient gods, going back to the Greek and Roman gods and everything, which I want to tie something else here with you guys. So now, with that all being said, found the timing and the verbiage of this right here very interesting, where this remote viewer claims that CERN opened a portal and is contacting these reptilians on 3i Atlas. Again, just the narrative and the rhetoric. All right. So please understand that. Take this with the biggest grain of salt. I'm not telling you that I believe this. Again, it is the rhetoric. But again, CERN's always an interesting one, knowing the shenanigans that they do over there in Switzerland. But I find the term or the verbiage portal very interesting because that kind of converges with the timing of something else going on right now. Now, I completely understand that you might think I'm looking too far into this when I bring this up, but just stay with me for a second, okay? So, as I'm sure you know by now, how Mr. Golden Dawn brought forth the idea, the plans to build a new Arch of Triumph for him in Washington. And now the reason why my little tinfoil hat wearing brain found that very interesting is because of this right here. Again, so that whole convergence of timing with the age of disclosure going on with 3i Atlas and remote viewers talking about CERN opening a portal and talking to these entities again, right? This convergence, this narrative of this disclosure. And then Mr. Golden Dawn wants to build an arch. Well, do you know what an arch symbolizes? Well, an arch is a symbol of a portal. Oh, yeah, of course. Representing a passage from one state or place to another. Symbolically, passing through an arch can represent rebirth, entering a new phase of life, or moving between the sacred and the profane. This symbolism is deeply rooted in many cultures and religions. And of course, as we can see down here, otherworld, in mythology and science fiction, arches can be literal gateways to other worlds or other dimensions. Kind of like the crazy theory of CERN opening a portal or an archway to a different dimension, connecting to other entities and contacting them, allegedly. And now, something else interesting about these arches is how they were invented by the Romans. And in history, they were constructed for different types of reasons, some of them being for new colonies, the construction of a road or bridge, the death of a member of the imperial family, or the ascension of a new emperor. The ascension of a new emperor, you don't say. Novus Ordo Secularum, anybody? But hey, I'm sure it all means nothing. How about those Dodgers, though? And now, of course, like I said before, take this all with a grain of salt. I'm just presenting to you guys information and giving you my own opinion on why I find certain things very interesting, okay? So again, just take it and come to your own conclusion. I just personally cannot help but see this rhetoric, this narrative being pushed forward with the alien disclosure, deception, and just the convergence of events. But again, most likely a nothing burger, just presenting to you guys information. Take it or leave it. But now, of course, with that all being said, the only thing that truly matters is your personal relationship with your Creator. If you have salvation in the truth, the way, and the life, Jesus Christ, the Son of God, who gave his life for you, shedding his perfect blood on the cross, and then being resurrected on the third day, if you have faith in him, by grace, you have been saved through faith, not of yourself, having trust, belief upon him for who he is, the Messiah indeed. He saves you and seals you for the day of redemption once you place your faith in him. That's the only thing that matters, guys. That's the only thing that matters. If you have salvation, going through the gateway, going through the door, the portal, Jesus Christ to the Father. There is no other way to the Father besides through Jesus. And from that point, it is a personal relationship and walk with him. Do not allow anything in this world to get in between you and the Lord Jesus Christ. So again, just wanted to show you guys some interesting stuff. But at the end of the day, just continue to focus your eyes upon the Lord, for he's truly the author and the perfecter of your faith. Hebrews 12:2. God bless, guys. I love you all so much. And remember, the just shall live by faith.